Nice. And I just view it. Sorry, I'm trying to see if my voice works, but I can't actually view my own stream right now for some reason. YouTube doesn't want to let me see it. Let's see. Okay, I assume that the voice is working. The road is very noisy today. Sorry about that, but welcome to Programming Rainbow. This is just me coding, so I'm not going to be, this is not a tutorial or anything. I'm just working on some OpenGL, and I thought I'd try to set up streaming again on this PC, which may or may not work. It may crash, it may not work because it is my laptop that I got back that's been gone for several months, and it is dodgy. So I guess on the Wayland side, it works okay, but you can't stream in Wayland. So on the X Windows side, they keep removing support for X Windows, and it's really buggy. But it's the only one that you can actually stream it. So that's an issue in itself. I don't think that this should be removing X Windows if they haven't replaced X Windows yet. So X Windows has not yet been replaced by Wayland because it does not have the features that Wayland has. You can't stream in it. If you can't stream in it, how can it be a replacement? And I don't use OBS. So if you use OBS, that's great. I don't think there should be just one option. And I also heard OBS is really buggy in Wayland anyway. But I can't stream in X Windows and KDE, and I've gone through a rabbit hole of all the different solutions out there. None of them work. None of them can capture the screen and capture the mouse and set it to FFmpeg. So since none of them can do it, there seems to be no current way to stream. If you know that there is a way, please let me know. Please let it be a real way, though. Check to make sure it's real first. Because as far as I know, there is no current way to stream in Wayland. Specifically in KDE, you can't. But I also went down a rabbit hole with what's that new one? Hyperland. Got some thoughts about Hyperland. Not as good as people are hyping up to be. Seems promising, but it seems the way that's installed is really problematic. Anyway, so I've been just kind of playing around with OpenGL, and basically I'm just kind of recreating the SDL render and the way you load textures and the way you display textures and things like that in SDL using OpenGL instead. So this is the OpenGL implementation because I don't really know OpenGL, so I'm just learning it. So this is just me monkeying around with it. See, my Windows is already not working. I'm alt-tabbing and there's nothing going on. So this is the state of Windows on here. This is a problem specifically with the Strix GPU or whatever, the AMD, the new AMD is not supported correctly in X Windows. I guess it's supported better in the Wayland, but Wayland doesn't support streaming, so this is like a circle. Let's see, Alt Tab. I'm gonna try to switch the TTS away and back. I don't know if it's gonna lose the stream or not. I don't even know if it's still streaming, to be honest. Looks like it is, so I'm gonna try to switch away and switch back. Okay. So I got my tab back. And yeah, it looks like it. Okay, so yeah, it's super buggy. Okay, so let's just look at what we're doing here. Like I said, this is not a tutorial. This is just me monkeying around. So I had this all working. Let me just, I was working on this file right here, and I kind of maybe I'll just comment it out and show you what I was doing. Rename this to something that's not an H. Because I don't want my compiler to compile this. Okay, so files, that file's still there. Okay. Sorry about the resolution. Let me fix that. Because my laptop is a different resolution. I lowered the laptop's resolution for streaming. So I'm at 1080p right now, but my laptop's actually like 2880 by or something like that. 2880 by 1800 or something. But anyway, so it's a bit weird right now. So I'm just going to go in. I didn't make a variable right here. Let's just call it scale or something. So I want my window, kind of my render, my window to be 800 by 600, but I actually made it scale twice as size, twice as big, or 1.5 times as big rather, maybe. So let's do that. Define, I'm just going to create a scale. Yeah. And let's just say it's 1 right now. And then when I go in and create the window, which is in here. So yeah, I was multiplying it by 2. So I could say window width. Let's see, where's this laptop, the backlit keyboard too. I complained about this before. I'm looking at the keyboard right now and I cannot find the multiplication key. I know it's like above the 8. Yeah, it's above the 8. I actually cannot see it. Looking at it right now, I'm about 1.5 foot away with my eyeball to the actual 8, and I cannot see the multiplication symbol. If I go to turn the backlight key off, let's see here. Okay, so I've turned the backlight key off right now. Now I can see it. So the backlight is so bad on this keyboard that you can only see certain symbols when you turn the light off, which is insane. Okay, so, and I've lost it again. So I'm going to switch away. Oh, I see what I did. Hmm. Oh my God. I couldn't switch back because the function key, I put function escape to lock the function key. Anyway, so but it does keep locking up and doing stuff. Like I was typing up here and none of that stuff existed. So this is actually worse than it was than 2 months ago. 2 months ago it was buggy. Hold on a second. So this hasn't disappeared from the screen. Yeah, right. It says my thing is still being displayed. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Maybe yeah. It's so much buggier than it was 2 months ago. Like I haven't had my laptop for 2 months or 2 months, but it's been back for about a week or two. In Wayland, it's okay. It has locked up on me, but I don't know if it was the same problem. But is it still working? Yeah, okay. So but in X Windows is where I actually was recording before my laptop just broke. It was working like it was okay. Right now it's terrible. It keeps locking up. And there's a page on this. Oh, I can't switch over again. So it's already done it again. So if I go into here, say something like that, UN 5606, there's people that have information going on about this, right? And this is kind of basic stuff that was up here before. So right now I'm using this guy right here. I tried the 200 as well and the 600. And I'm also using this one right here just because I thought maybe my monitor was being seen as an external. Yeah. And I have this in place right here. Right. So yeah, it's much worse than it was before. This is just, like this graphical glitch is here on the screen. So this laptop's been out for 6-7 months now, and it is not supported in Linux still, which is funny because and it's not this laptop, it's this GPU thing. So if you see other reviews on it, even Level 1 Tech has done reviews claiming it's amazing, and it's very problematic. It's not supported. Level 1. Is it this one? So he has a video. His videos are usually good, but he's got a video completely gaslighting about, and I don't know if he's being paid, but he's gaslighting about the new, what is it, the S8060, this thing. Where is it? I don't know. He's got some videos on this S8060, and he goes on and on about how amazing it works, how well it works on Linux and all that. No, because this is the same that's in my system. For one, he says it's it's a totally new architecture, blah blah blah. It's not. It's exactly what's in my laptop. My laptop is the RDNA whatever V3.5. Let's see, Radeon 890M, right? Let's see. I'm not sure if it's in here. The 8060S. So here's the 8060S, right? And mine is where is it? Mine is here. Mine's the 890M. Okay. And they're claiming these new ones with the new naming scheme, these 8040, 8050, 8060 are a completely new thing, right? They're completely new. I beg to differ. The Strix Halo he's saying is completely new. Okay, so I have the Strix Point. Yeah, I have the Strix Point, and then there's Strix Halo. This is nonsense naming. Okay, it's RDNA 3. They're all RDNA 3. I have 16 GPU cores. 16 right here, and the new one has 40. So it is more powerful because it has like 2.5 times his cores, right? But there is one that has 16 cores. It's right here. This guy's got 16 cores, right? This 8040. And I believe what's going on here is it's just a different node size. They wanted to make a bigger GPU or for their APU. So they just used a bigger node. It's not a new setup. It's just a bigger node. And here's the node size right here, right? Is this the node? Yeah, the die side, sorry. This is it. So I think they just used a different one. So this one has more disabled. So there's only 16 active. So it is not the exact same, but it is very much the same because this is RDNA 3.5. We have 16 RDNA cores here, 16 here, and what's for this one? Here's our clock speed, so we're at 2.9 here, and we're at 2.8, so we're a little bit lower clock speed here. So this one right here should have higher performance, just slightly, right? So we have our textures right here, and so we have the 890 here. We got 185. I think this is like, is this gigaflops? I don't know what GTS stands for. Anyway, 185 here, and what's on the other 16? Slightly less, because the core is slightly less. Look at this one. This one to this one, slightly less. This one to this one, slightly less. You get it? It's the same. It is this same thing. It's not a whole new system. And all of these guys, I'm sure, are having the exact same problems. They're not supported in Linux. They got very messed up support, like you see right here, this strip right here. Okay, and I'm using Arch Linux, by the way. I have to say, by the way, because as you do, I want to know what Linux he was using, because if he's using something other than Arch, if he's not compiling the kernel himself, which he didn't say he needed to compile the kernel, which I did have to compile my own kernel for how many months, but if he's using like Ubuntu or some beginner level Linux, his kernel is going to be even less supported. It's not going to support any of this stuff. Like my machine wouldn't even boot up and stay running for more than 30 seconds before, right after Christmas in January and February. I had to run the AUR build of the kernel for quite some time. I'm just in the mainline kernel now. But he's reviewed several systems that have these chips in them and said how amazing they are. And I think he's getting paid for by the laptop company. I'm not sure what's going on. This is 4 years ago. This is not the right video. This is from 4 years ago. Is it that hard to find? Why, if I'm looking for, sorry, why am I getting Linus if I'm looking for him? Okay, I don't watch this guy. I don't watch any videos from him. I'm not subscribed to him. I don't like him at all because this guy's a phony, right? This guy at least is a tech guy. This guy is a phony guy. And he's just selling screwdrivers for 70 bucks or whatever he's doing. I don't like him at all. But at least this guy, he should know what he's talking about. But when he's gaslighting people about this, it's a totally new, where is the recent video? I must be looking up the wrong. I'm not sure if he calls it Strix Halo or what, because it might not be the same laptop, but it's the same APU that's in it. So you have the same problems. But it's so frustrating because this machine is very problematic. It's like, it's got, AMD is not supporting this thing correctly. And also Asus is the worst company ever, but like AMD is not supporting this. So yeah, he had to be getting paid. There's no way he could come out and say this works amazing, and he says he used it for like the last month, and it was so great. No, there's just no way. There's no way he was using the machine for a month. This thing doesn't last a couple minutes without crashing or doing something wrong. What did he call this thing? Is it Halo? I don't know what he called it. HP ZBook feels like the future. This is probably one of the videos. There's multiple videos where we talked about this. So frustrating because generally I have respect for him. I like his content. I feel like he knows what he's talking about and he has lots of experience and everything else, and he should know hardware like 1,000 times better than me. And when he comes up here and he's just talking about the 8060 is an entirely new thing. It's not like anything they've ever built before, and it's just a larger die size. Come on. I know it's cool because it's more cores, 40 cores. I'd love it. You know, I'd like to have 40 cores too. But I'm not going to sit there and say it's new and different. It's this thing bigger. It's 2.5 times. They're just like 16 cores is nice, but you know it'd be nicer 40. You know, like when you get a MacBook, a standard model, and then you get the Pro, and you got more GPU cores, and then you get the Super, the Max, or whatever they call it, and you got even more. It's not an entirely new thing. They just used a bigger die, or sometimes they're putting two dies together. So it's not a new thing. It's just a larger item. You know, it's more. You know, it's like what's better than one engine in your car? What if we put like two engines in your car? What if we added more cylinders? Right? That's all they're doing here. This is just a bigger thing, but it's going to have the same driver problems, all the same stuff because it's the same thing. And I'm still looking at this right here. Anyway, very frustrating. And like I said, I have nothing against Wayland, nothing for Wayland. I have nothing against X Windows and nothing for X Windows. I don't really care about either one. I do like in Linux that you have options. So I do like it when there's more than one path because one path could be broken. And right now, X Windows is going out because it's the old tech. It does have issues. It has security issues and other, you know, it's a tech. It's a what do you call it? Tech debt. You know, so that's fine, but it works. It works right now before it's not being supported correctly, but it works. Wayland doesn't replace the things that X Windows does. So if it doesn't replace it, it's an up and coming thing, but it's not ready to replace it yet because it's not replacing it. You can't replace X Windows if it doesn't do the things. If you make a car and you say, I've made a better car, this one has an electric motor, it's going to pollute less than the gas motors. I haven't figured out how to put wheels on it yet. It doesn't have any wheels, but we're going to replace the old car with this new car that has no wheels. So it can't drive yet, but it's going to be better. That's great, but if it doesn't work, if it doesn't do what you needed to do, it's not ready to replace it yet. So right before the stream, I updated my system like you should never do, and Arch Linux removed the X Windows from KDE, right? So when I tried to log back in, I'm like, where is X? You know, they removed it. And I finally found after searching for like 30 minutes that they mentioned a little thing that you need to install the package yourself now. I don't get why they would rug pull people, pull it out from under them. Like, it's not ready yet, but we're going to go ahead and remove it from everybody else. And you see, again, the reason why I'm calling out this channel is because I like this channel. I watch this channel. So I'm not trying to be mean to this channel. I really like this channel. I watch it. But when I don't know if he's getting paid to talk nonsense about the things that he says sometimes. The other one is the what's that? What's that Australian guy? It's Brody or whatever. I don't even know how to spell his name. It's over here somewhere, I'm sure. Yeah, Brody here. So he carries on about how people shouldn't be using X11 anymore and Wayland, blah, blah, blah. Great. This is a great story. Problem is, Wayland has not replaced X yet. It has not. It does not have replacements for all the things that you need to do in X. So if it doesn't have replacements, what are we talking about here? We can't be getting rid of something when it doesn't, you know, like how many Windows desktop environments work on X only? They're not going to switch over to Wayland, some of them. They're just going to be on X. So like, it's not realistic. We shouldn't be talking about getting rid of it. We should be talking about adding to Wayland, making Wayland better, making it more useful, making the default okay, but don't get rid of X because X has got so many use cases still, and it's not ready. So this kind of thing where people are talking about this is kind of nonsense to me because it's like he streams, I stream. That shit don't work, man. He's using OBS. I don't want to use OBS. And if OBS works, that's fine, but that's one way. One way. We Linux is not about having one way to do something. It needs to work more. It can't be like, oh, we have this hidden stuff going on over here. Nobody else can implement it, and it's working here. And I tried in FFmpeg, you know, that you have like you have KMS grab, right? Can't even spell mpeg. So this one's not working because it doesn't get the mouse, right? So that's a no-go. And the other ones are just using variations of this. So you have the WF recorder, right? This isn't working because you can't stream with this, and you can't send it into FFmpeg, so it's worthless to me. And then you have stream something WF streaming or something. I forget what it's called. And this is also worthless because I can't do anything with audio on this. I need to send it into FFmpeg. FFmpeg can handle audio. This one is just going to be some blank audio or some, you know, it's not enough. It's like a toy. And I can't send this into FFmpeg either. So this is a no-go for me. It needs to be able to capture and send it into FFmpeg because FFmpeg gives you the ability to do all the editing. You can change the video, you can change the audio, you can do all kinds of stuff that you can't do, you know, here. So yeah, I'll give you an idea. Here, let's. Oh, I've lost my screen again. I guess it's working great. Did I lose it again? Oh my. Oh, bad. So config ffmpeg. Okay. So I'm doing a lot of lifting here with ffmpeg, right? I'm doing a high pass, low pass filter, a noise. I'm doing this other voice noise thing right here, which is like a neural network. Where is that? This guy right here, right? And I don't have it right, and I don't have, you know, like I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't have it. Here's my compressor, expander. My equalizer is not very good. I'm not professional. I don't know, but it's good enough for me. But I can't do these things if I'm using like was it WF stream or something like that? I can't do that. And if I use KMS grab, I don't have the mouse. I can't show people things with the mouse because it grabs the buffer. It doesn't grab the mouse. Like I said, if somebody else knows more than me, please give me the correct information if there is some way to do it, and I'm just lost because there doesn't seem to be any information about that. My audio is panning left and right. What? This should be pulling the audio straight off the Fi-Fi mic, which is a mono. Maybe there's two things competing here. Like I haven't. This is the first time I've streamed on this laptop again in a long time, so I apologize. Normally, I set it through the. This is not what I thought there was another option here before. Output device. There used to be this used to look different, like before the update. Ah, yeah. I have nothing though that should be setting anything up for panning. So I'm assuming it's KDE is doing something with my audio. I'm assuming this is KDE because this is nothing like my FFmpeg is the same that from several months ago I was streaming, and then on my other laptop, my older laptop that I was streaming with just recently, it's the same file. I haven't changed anything. There used to be oh my god, I can't click anymore. This How is KDE this broken? This was not broken like this. Did I just lose audio? What is wrong with this? I don't say. It says I have no output, but I still can't click on anything. This isn't like this is specific to the AMD. This is the AMD Strix, whatever they're calling it, Halo. This is that. This is why I was talking about level one tech gaslighting people about how good it was, because this is broken, and this has been broken since it came out. It wasn't even supported, and you can see right now it's just broken. I can't close this, right? Hey, if I just close this, will it oh, I can't click on it. So, oh my God, what the So I didn't even get to do anything on this project I want to do because I can't get to anything. It's so angry. You don't even know. Okay, I can move here. I'm sorry, I can't fix the panning of the window right now. I have no idea what's causing it. I'm gonna do stuff offline later on to check it out. I'm gonna try to do a little bit before I have to go. Window. I'm not gonna. This is not gonna be a VOD in the end. This is me trying to stream badly. So, so what I'm doing here, the reason why I'm setting this scale factor here when I'm creating the window is because later on I'm gonna tell it. Did I hard code it? This is creating the window. So in game, so I didn't put it here. I put it in game, the where I create the render, and it's my own render because it's OpenGL. It's my implementation. I'm setting the render size here because what happens is if I don't do this, when I make the window bigger, the items in it will still be the same size as they used to be. They won't be bigger. So I'm actually, I kind of, I'm reusing the SDL names, but I'm calling them where you can set the render size or whatever. So I'm basically saying, yes, I have the window this big, but act like the render is this big. So it doesn't, like, if I comment this out real quick, let me see if we can make, so right now it's a 1-to-1 size, but if I were to make this window bigger, so this guy right here, you know, it works, right? And this is all being done in OpenGL right now. My own OpenGL code, not SDL's. So if I were to scale up the window, see, I thought I muted the sound, but I guess not. The right here, if I scale that up and it's in main to like 1.5, and I'm gonna just disable the playing of the music so it's not being annoying. Okay, so what we're gonna have is the background's gonna scale, but the player hasn't scaled. See? The background image scaled. The flakes are falling in a small box and the player's in the small box. What happened is this image in the background, this one I didn't give it a rectangle size. So I'm stretching it to the entire window. But everything else that's happening, this does have a size because I need to not have it stretched. So let me just show. I don't use Visual Studio at all, so I don't know. Visual Studio is Microsoft. I don't like it. I mean, it looks too complicated to set up to me, so I don't want to do that. I want to do my coding. I don't want to figure out how to use their bloated editor. Let's see. I apologize again if the sound is panning. Somebody said the sound was panning, so sorry about that. So the way I'm loading textures, well, I'll show the way this is my render. So I have the vertex shader, and I don't understand 90% of this, 99% of this right now, which is why I'm playing with it to learn more and more, you know? So I'm basically implementing about a bunch of stuff that I don't really understand right now. So here's my vertex shader and my fragment shader. We need these to draw stuff with OpenGL. And this is the compiler that's compiling those. And basically I've created my own render thing because I need I want to hold the width and the height of the render, and I want to hold the kind of there's like a pointer. It's not called a pointer. It's called where is it? It's called like an ID. Yeah, this GL context, it's like an ID or something. It's like a pointer. I'm holding that. And again, I don't know what half of these do. This is to turn off the VSync because I couldn't get my game to play faster than 120 frames a second because my my screen frame rate can go up to 120. So now I can play it faster than that. So, I never even looked to see if anybody was talking on. Where is it? Sorry, I feel bad now. I haven't looked. Where's my browser? Close my browser? Oh. Oh, it's not open. Okay. I guess I can't do that right now. So if anybody's watching on Twitch, I'm sorry I can't even view it right now. But yeah, this is to stop it basically limiting the game to the vsync. I didn't want that to happen. This gives you your external, I'm using glue. I'm using SDL and glue basically. And a whole bunch of stuff I don't totally understand. I think this is for alpha blending, so the textures are not best. You can see through the textures. And this is setting up the vertex and the fragment shaders that were up above here. And yeah, like I don't understand most of this stuff. That's why I'm playing with it. Hold on. Sorry, lots of noise happening. We're checking failure here again. I'm not very good with this. I also don't like this kind of limited size. And here's the vertices. Now it's my formatter has reformatted this, and this should be like a 4x4, I believe. So this is kind of what the window is going to be looking like. And a bunch of buffers that I totally don't really understand right now as well. Like, again, I'm just trying to make things work, and then I'm trying to edit them until I understand more. So I got all this stuff working, and then I just kept hacking away and trying to do different things. So this one right here, by default, it takes whatever the window size is, gets the SDL window size, and it sets that. So if I make the window bigger, it scales it up, but the game is not scaled up. So basically, by default, it's hoping it's a 1-for-1. If it's not a 1-for-1, then you need to basically tell the render, you need to resize the render, which is right here. So these two lines right here, I just pulled these out into their own function again down here so that I could resize. So if I make the window size 1.5 times as big as I want, I can just call these again down here to using the original like 800 by 600. So the render will see the whole thing being 800 by 600, but it's actually stretched to the size of the screen. So basically by default, the render is trying to do whatever the whole screen is. But if you are trying to scale the screen, we're doing this. And this happens in SDL as well, the same. This is how I'm destroying the render. You have to delete these different buffers, and then I heap allocated the actual render myself as well up here at the top. So I could pass it around as a pointer. Let's see, render texture. So this is how I'm drawing things. So in SDL3, it's called SDL render texture. So I kind of did the same thing. And I am using a single rect. I'm not using 2 rects right now because I just basically need the destination rectangle. I'm not trying to use a sprite sheet right now. So I'm using whatever the whole source image is, but I need to figure out how to display it on the screen. So okay. So what's happening here is basically if I've left this as null, it's going to do this. It's doing this by default, which is whatever the width of the render is and the height, it's going to that image that I'm going to display is going to take up the entire render. Okay. So it's going to be on the top left-hand corner of the screen, and it's going to take the whole width and whole height. That's why that background image was displayed correctly. But that's if I pass null in here. If the pointer is null, it does this by default. But if this actually has an frect, which is SDL's implementation of having 4 floats. If it has an frect passed into it, that's real, that's not null, then I'm going to instead use that frect. So that's why my background image was stretched, but my snowman was still the correct size of the original version it should have been, because it's using the frect, whereas the background I put null in, and this never gets done. It just uses this one up here. And again, this should be a 4x4 matrix right here, but the formatter has changed it. So here is the height, the width, the X and the Y from these right here. And let's see. More stuff that I don't totally understand. More stuff I don't understand. This is the ID of the texture above, And so basically this gives me a basic version of displaying a texture, but for the snowman game, I need to flip the texture. And actually for asteroids, which nobody's probably seen yet, I'm using Arch Linux. So let me just show you. God, I can't even pull up another, because my desktop is totally broken. Oh, yeah, let's do it here. Let's see, coding. Let's do a SDL3 version. So this is asteroids. This is on GitHub already, I believe. I do have one little thing I want to fix on it, but for this one, this is normal. This is not OpenGL version. I've scaled it now, so this is just using SDL3, and I've scaled it 1.5 times basically, because it's an 800 by 600 game again, and it's meant to look pixelated. But see how the ship can rotate around, Right. So because it's scaling around, or spinning around, sorry, I needed the SDL the render texture rotated version. Sorry if it's too loud as well. Yeah. But so because of this game, I wanted to wait. Where is it here? Yeah. So this is the rotated version. So on this one, I didn't implement everything. I'm not choosing where to rotate from. I'm only rotating from the center, and I can flip. So I can flip it horizontally, vertically, or both, and I can also rotate it. But I didn't choose in the SDL version. You can choose where you're rotating it from. I didn't do that on this one. I'm not implementing SDL. I'm just doing what I need to do. And I created my own little enum here for, like, if it's flipped horizontally, flipped vertically. It could also be flipped none, which would be none of these. And it's just, I'm changing width is negative now, and X is negative width, so I can reset. I can move when you flip the image over, it's displayed in the wrong position. You have to move it. And so that allows me to flip the image, which I'm using in the snowman game. And this one allows me to rotate it like I would need to do in the asteroids game. So I actually have this implemented here in the snowman game, even though I'm not rotating it. So if we looked at the player, I'm using this my render texture rotated, where I'm taking in my own version of a render, my own version of a texture. I'm using SDL's frect because that is good enough. It's got 4 floats. And here's the degree right here. So I can take in, I can put it like 45 degrees. And we have this flip right here, which is flipping it. So this is the rotated version. So it'll be rotated. It'll look funny. See, he's rotated. Oh, and it's not scaled correctly. Sorry. I need to turn that. I commented it out. I think it's in game. Yeah, because basically I'm scaling the game. So I'm telling the window's scaled, but the render needs to be the original width and height stretched to the window. So when I do this, now it should look correct, scaled up. There we go. And see, the snowman is rotated now. So let's go back to the player. So yeah, I've already implemented this. It's just 0. I'm basically seeing how to do this. So I don't know a lot of this stuff, but I keep hacking on it. And well, if this works, how can I do this one more thing? How can I do this one more thing? And the more I do it, the more I start to understand what's going on. You're doing stuff with the matrix, to manipulate, to flip it, to rotate it, to do different things like that. And because I want to get into, like, I would like to be able to use the shaders to do things that shaders need to do. So even though I'm not doing anything cool with the shaders right now, I need to know this stuff to be able to do the cool thing with the shader, to be able to give it other effects and stuff like that. So, I mean, this rotation and the flipping is a shader effect that I'm doing right now, but it's not that exciting to look at. But I would like to be able to do like particle effects and stuff like that. And 3D, I can't even do a 3D cube right now. I really love to do that. But so basically if you see this part right here, this my render, my texture, and then I was implementing basically the right here. This is the way I'm doing the score, which is kind of the SDL2 way, not the new texture engine way. I'm figuring out whatever the string needs to be because I'm in C. I'm using the normal SDL surface because that allows me to load an image into a software surface. That's not OpenGL stuff. But then I use my create texture from surface. This is my implementation to take a surface and to create a texture. And then I'm destroying that surface because that's an SDL surface, but this texture is my texture now. It's the one that I implemented in OpenGL. And so every time I need to do that, I need to do this. And for SDL3, they have this text engine thing, which basically they're just wrapping up the font, the render, and the image, the font, the render, and the color. They're wrapping it up into a text object. And I can just do that too. So that's what I was going to do here in my TTF. I was just going to wrap all that up into one thing that basically takes what's in this function and puts it into a function over there that so I can just act like it was like the SDL way that they're doing it too, where it's just like, change the text in this object and it does it for you. And it has the width and the height already calculated and stuff like that. So basically I'm doing kind of poor man methods of what I would already do in SDL, but figuring out how to implement them. And I was having a problem right here. So let me show you this problem I was having, because I can recreate it now. Where is it? So right here, the images that I load from PNG, they work just fine. But the images that come from I'm using SDL.TTF to make text to a surface still. That's not OpenGL stuff. That's software stuff still, right? And then I'm taking that surface. So this is generic, right? It's just taking any. Right down here, when I load an image, I'm using SDL surface loading here, but then I'm calling my own function to convert that to my version of a texture, and then releasing the surface. So that works on everything I'm loading from PNG, but when I do the surfaces that are TTFs that are from text, that are from the SDL create surface from text or whatever it's called, that function. When I'm using that, it was looking crazy. So I'll show you what it looks like. I'll just comment this out right here. And see up here, this should be the score. And it's not rendering correctly. And I was just battling for a while, trying to get the oh wait, did I mute the music? Or I turned the music off, didn't I? Trying to get help and figure it out, and basically I don't know if it's the right solution, but it was telling me that you just need to convert it. Like there's no way around it. You have to convert it. I don't know why SDL would have two different versions set up, where it's this one's RGBA, or the other one is was it B? Is it BA or something, or BGRA? I'm not sure what it is, but anyway, if it's not this, it converts it to this format. So anyway, so I basically have to run this on all of the, anytime I'm converting a texture or converting a, creating a texture. And then it should work just fine. And yeah, now the score up here is displayed correctly, although it should be 10 in from the left, and it's not. So let's see what's going on with that. Score up here. Oh, I got Y twice. That's what I'm doing. This should be X. There we go. Now it's correct. And again, this is the reason why it might look a little blurry is because it's scaled. It's not the original size. The original size is a smaller window on the screen, 800 by 600. And there is how to, I think it's in the render, you can choose how it's scaled. I think I chose linear right now just because I just wanted it to work. A lot of this is I just wanted to see something on the screen work. And so, where is it? What's going on down here? I know it says linear. Huh. It's not here. This is render set size. It's going to be above this. None of these. Probably one of the things I removed because the default was already there, and I was just like, I don't want to deal with it right now. This is for alpha blending. This is for the VSync. Yeah, it might just be I removed it. Again, I'm just kind of monkeying around with this over and over again until I get more and more comfortable with it. 90% of this stuff, I can't remember what it even does when it, as long as it's working. I'm focusing on the parts that aren't working or the parts that I'm trying to make do something something else that I want it to do, just to get comfortable with it. It's not in here, right? Yeah, I'm sure somebody knows. Somebody's shouting at the screen. They know. I'm pretty sure it should be right here in the render. It was probably right here before. Shader. Yeah. So here I was just gonna I was gonna recreate or make my own versions of some of the stuff where I was it were like they're like text engine. Although I didn't really understand, I didn't seem like for my version I would need the actual text engine part. I just need the text object part. So yeah, let's see what we got going on here. So let's look at is this SDL3? So this has score, right? So this text engine here, I don't really understand why we need this step. I think I'm going to skip this. Because what I really need is the text object. It's going to have the renderer inside of it. I don't get what this gives us. So yeah, I don't know how it works under the hood. I'm just going to implement my own version. So it's going to have like the color, the renderer. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to make a struct here. So it's got like a renderer. It's going to have, doesn't need a text. It needs an image. It's going to need like a width and a height. Now, I want to use a float because the float works better with the frex. Even though it would be an integer, everything else I'm doing is using float, so I don't have to cast things. I'm just going to have it as a float. I could just do W. I also need a font in here. Let's see. TF font and a color. I think that's color. This is a pointer to a font. Unable to handle compilation expected. Yeah. So this is kind of what I was thinking. We have a render, we have a font, we have a color. Yeah. And I don't think I need this engine thing at all. I think I can just skip the engine thing. Create render text engine. Again, I don't think I need this part. It's this function I need to implement. This function, this function. Yeah. We need to create a string. We need to set a string and also draw string. Something like this too. So whoops. That's not what I wanted. Oh, I don't know if I have. I should. Is it not? Did I not yank it? Oh my God, what did I just do? Why is it not letting me? I must not have. You know what? I had the Wayland one, and I'm in X right now because I've been in Wayland for the last month. Wayland does work way better. It's just I can't stream Wayland. So I'm going to try this way to copy it. And then, oh, whatever. TTF draw render text. So it'll be my draw render text. Is it? I'm just going to call it render text because we have rendered texture. Yeah, I'm just going to call it that. Okay, so this one I need a const, what is it? Const char string, something like that. Oh, wait. What was it? Oh no, this is the actual the other one. Yeah. Okay, so before it I need the actual my text. And this is the the new SDL3 where they're talking about how long it is. I'm going to skip that. So I'm going to do something like this. This one here, I'm not going to take in the engine. I'm just going to take in a font. We'll take in a SDL font. And this has an initial string on it, doesn't it? Yeah. So we'll do the const char. This will be the initial way to set it. And then this one is setting the color. So this is going to be the should I set in the address? It's more efficient. I'm just doing this because sending in a pointer. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just trying things. So we have the, and then this one down here. Because so this is going to be my, and this one is render texture. So we need the my text, and that's it. Okay, so we are mutating here, but not that one. We're mutating here, but not that one. I have no idea if these are right. Just trying things. Unable to handle compilation expected. What, I got a typo somewhere? What the heck is this thing talking about? I'm going to ignore it for now. Maybe it's complaining because there's no C file or something. I don't know. Maybe it'll go away on its own. Oh, this is not, I renamed it because I didn't want the compiler to complain. So we need to include, I think the render brings in the texture as well. So I'm going to say my render H should give us everything we need. Main? No, we can't bring in main. So we have to bring in, I don't want circular dependency. So I'm including this in main. So I can't bring in main in this one. So I'm going to do the, SDL3 probably need. And then TTF. Three. No, I've been playing with SDL for some time, and I want to learn OpenGL, so I'm just messing around with this to learn OpenGL better. Like, basically, OpenGL feels like a huge step function, like you know none of it or you know some of it. So I'm just doing this as like a toy project to learn more OpenGL, because I want to be able to do stuff in OpenGL. So this is just me playing with OpenGL to there's not a reason for me to do this other than to learn OpenGL better. SDL, is it TTF maybe? Okay, and these are returning something. So this one is returning the text. So and I never know where to put the asterisks on these. Let's see here. This one is returning. So this one will be a bool. This one probably, there's no reason for this to fail. So I'm going to call this void. And this one, the rendering, I kind of want to ignore if it fails or not. So I'm going to call this void. This one matters because this one, there's a bunch of heavy lifting going on in it. There's going to be creation of textures and stuff. Should be TTF font. Okay, there we go. This should be bringing in, this brings in all the other stuff that we need. Bringing in math there. Here we're bringing in all this stuff. So we have enough stuff brought in. So let's make my ttf.c. And we'll go to the h and we'll just grab these functions. So this one we have a font and we have a string. So it seems like I already have something like this set up. So let's do that. Let's just grab the code I already have. Is in my score. And I think it's just this update one, right? Update score. This kind of looks like what I need. I'm not converting this anymore here because that didn't work. That was trying to fix a problem I had. I don't need to query anything because my textures actually have a width and height built right into them, so there's no reason to query anything. So this kind of looks like what I need. Mostly. What it really is it's going to be this set string. This is really what the function is that I got right now in my hand. Okay. So we have this text. So this is all text. Text. So if there's already something in text, we're going to destroy it and set it to null. If there's already a my image there, a my texture. And this is, we don't need this because we're sending a string in. That string's already done. We do need to create this surface here. Okay, so there needs to be a font. So if we want to make this safe, we kind of have to make sure if there's a font not set, we have to bail out, right? So this one is probably going to have to check a couple things. Probably have to be if so. Let's do the safety first. So we need to know that text is a pointer first. So I'm going to use printf. And we'll say text is null. Something like that. I don't know. Just something to let me know what's going on. Okay, so if that's that, but we also need to have a font. So we don't need a color because color will be zeroed out and be white or black or something. That's fine, but we do need to have a font. See, I'm assuming this is already created. We're creating it up here. I'm doing the update one because I already had the, so I'm skipping ahead. But this font has to exist. If it doesn't exist inside of here, inside of this object, if we have no font, we have a problem. If we have no object, if it's null, we have a problem. But if we have no font, we have another problem. So let's just yank this. So text font. I'll just say text font is null. That's good enough. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Yes. This is going to just clear any old image that we have. It's going to be gone. So that looks good. Okay, so now we know we have a font. We know we have a string. I think it's just called string, is it? Yeah. So we're going to use this. This is the for TTF, the Nero 0 whatever, and this is going to be the color. Now, if we didn't set a color, I think by default it's going to just be zeroed out, but we can put a default color in of 255s to be white when we create it. So it'll either be white or black or something like that. That's fine. It's not going to cause it to crash like these other two would cause it to crash. So this will work. Checking the surface, that's still fine. Okay. So we got this text image, and this is the my create texture from surface. We're checking it. We're freeing the surface first. Destroy surface, and then we're checking it. This is text. All right, that's fine. So now we can just get the width and the height from this right out of the image. This is going to have its own rect in it, doesn't it? It's going to have its own rect, right? No. It only needs its own width and height because the way that SDL does it over here is they put an X and a Y position. It has its own width and height internally. So I am going to just use the width and height from image that already exists. I've already created a width and height when I did this my texture already has this width and a height in it, so I don't need this at all. Okay, so and this is bool, so false, 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 true. Yeah, that's that function. And we should probably put this one above because I'm going to use this function when I do this function right here. Since it's already figured out a way to create a string or create, whoops, I wanted to cut it. So I'm just going to put it above. Logically, in my head, it's I'm going to use it in this one. This one, I got a calloc. So let's see here. We're going to call it text. Yeah, I use Vim with the mouse all the time. This is I'm using the this is my implementation of oh sorry, it's I actually can't remember. I'm using NVChad, but I don't know how much of it isn't original NVChad and how much of it I've changed, because I was going to make some videos a while ago on creating NVChad from scratch, from the ground up, and I never did it because I realized they have a bunch of code stuck into these like two different like libraries they have, and I didn't want to go through all their stuff. So I was like, oh, then it would just be done halfway, and I have this other stuff that I don't really know how it works. So let's see. I'll show you what I got. So this is probably just my add-ons to normal NVChad. So, tree sitter, standard stuff. Conform, Mason conform. And yeah, so this is basically NVChad with my add-on stuff. My add-on stuff just being LSP kind of stuff. So conform, I got stuff right now for Lua, C, Go, Python. I have other stuff. That's what I've been programming right now. See, I'm not doing anything in lazy. These are just kind of helper ones to automatically, when I start it up, they automatically pull everything and install everything for me. I have videos on how to set this up. Yeah, these are all just helper. Tree sitter, I just got, Go stuff, see whatever I was playing with, some Odin. Is there Odin up in here too? I can't remember. Sorry. Yeah, OLS. Yeah, so I got some C, Go, Odin stuff going on, I guess, right now. But I do have, let's see if we can break out it here. I don't know, do I have any of the other stuff here? I probably just copied over the one directory. Yeah, I have some other directories where I was like breaking it down. I was rebuilding their stuff, all their hidden stuff they have hidden away from you. I was deconstructing all that, or recreating my own versions, and then I just got sick of it. I'll come back to it later. So this, what is it? They use, oh, they have it hidden away from you, don't they? Yeah, they even have it hidden from here. Yeah, all that stuff's hidden from you, and it got frustrating to me. I didn't want it hidden. This NVChad stuff going on, basically, I was trying to remove it. I still wanted it to look the same, but I don't want this hidden stuff hidden away from me. But I don't understand everything they did either, because they're smarter than I am. So I have on my hard drive that I pulled from my other laptop, I have like 4 other versions of the my config folder that I was in different stages of tearing it completely down and rebuilding it where it looked the same, but it wasn't what they were doing, because I kind of wanted to show just anybody instead of using somebody else's distro where it's like they have their magic stuff hidden from you, where you can just understand it and do it. So I have videos based on it, but I'm starting with a base, a base of NVChad and then building on top of that base. But I wanted to start from like 0. But at the NVChad people, they have 3 different basic packages that have a bunch of different code hidden away in them. And one of them's kind of easy, but you can deconstruct it, but it leans on the other 2 with the theming and other stuff that it does. And I wanted to get rid of that. This stuff going on in here, these do files and this, like I wanted to get rid of that. I wasn't successful, and I wasn't going to spend enough time on it, so I got like 50% of the way. But I'll probably come back to it at some point when I get bored, or when this breaks and it's not working, and then I start fighting with it again. Good morning. Yeah, so that nerd tree and all those things like that's from NV Chad. So okay, so I'm gonna calloc this. Let's see, whoops, rather text. Whoops, not that one. Size of, and it'll be my. Should work, I think. What am I doing? There we go. And return. I'll return null from this because this is returning a pointer to my text. So I'll just return null out of it. Okay, so we need to take the font in. So the font I'm just going to hand off to the internal, right? So before I even do this, I'm going to see if that font is real. Something like that. If that makes sense. So, because this font has to exist. This string could be nothing. I don't care, right? I think it could just be nothing. I think that still works, but we'll try it. But this font has to be something, or we have a problem. So text font font. Now, and in SDL3, they do this. So I think it's a bug. I don't know if it's a bug or not, or if that's their intended way to do this. But in SDL3, let's see. There's a couple weird things going on. So I have this font going on right here, right? I have the font, and then I create the engine, and then here, right? So right here, right? Do I need the font anymore? If I free the font here, this isn't going to work. So this font that I pass in, they're just holding a reference to it internally. So this is crazy. Watch. If I take this font here and I set it to null, S, let's just see it working, right? So yeah, make debug run. Fine. So see this font here? Well, I think we're in the are we in the score? So this font right here, the score, again, this screen is scaled up and it's meant to be pixelated, scaled up. That's the style. But this font right here, if I were to set this font to null after I've passed it in here, so it's going to hold a font internally, right? So if I take this font that I passed in to null, oops. For one, I'm going to get a memory leak because I didn't actually free it, but I just want to show you. If I set it to null, it's going to be fine. I should have done it on the asteroid, the message. So here we go. It's still here. And the memory leak is expected. So the font that I'm using, I have what's it? Nerd. Rep. So I'm using JetBrains Mono Nerd font. Okay. So I set this font to null. So that means that this font that we have going in here, they're holding it internally. It's fine, right? And I can set this to null afterwards because the internal one is fine. But what happens if I free this external one? Are they simply holding a pointer internally? Let's check it. What is it? Close font? PTF, close font. I think that's the right SDL3. Okay, so we're looking up in this corner here. And we got no font. And we got no error either. So that's goofy to me. So they are just copying the pointer internally, right? So you have to keep that font alive. As long as you're using the text engine, this font that you created up here, you got to keep it, right? And also on the cleanup, yeah, they're just copying the pointer. Like I'm going to do that now because I'm lazy, but I figured the SDL people are like better than that. They would actually copy the actual font and then you free, or something. And the way you clean it, I need to destroy the text, then destroy the engine, then destroy the font. I'm pretty sure if I change the direction of these, it freaks out. I'm not sure about the font one, to be honest. Let's try the font one. I think this one is okay. Actually, let's do it on the message because the score takes too long to load. Let's do it in the messages. This will do the same thing, but it'll be in the first message. So I think I can put this out of order. And this isn't documented on the website either. I just found this out the hard way. And we're closing and it didn't complain. It's good. Okay. What about if we switch this one? Here we go. See that? It's freaking out. It's saying it's got a memory leak and everything else because it's messing around with these pointers and it's so it's sharing these pointers basically. I don't know why this text engine exists. It should just be this. Why is this needed? But anyway, I'm not going to implement that because I don't know what it is. Maybe it's for something I don't know about. Because SDL works with Vulkan and OpenGL and DirectX and Metal, so they're much more complicated and knowledgeable than I am. I don't know all the stuff that they need to do, but it's not documented though. But you definitely need to. Let me fix that again. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just kind of put in the order I think, but this text needs to be destroyed first. But the text does not destroy this font. This font is just a pointer internally. But the text needs to be destroyed before the text engine. The text engine has to be second or it freaks out. Yeah, so I don't know, but I'm not doing that text engine thing. So I'm just going to do what they did where I copy the font internally. All right, copy the pointer, you know what I mean? Like I should like actually copy the thing. Yeah. Anyway, that's what they did. So let's see here. I think we should set a default color. So let's see. Text. Do I have to cast it? I never remember on this one. I think you have to cast it or something. Something like this. We'll say 225. Um, or what? From const. Oh, I passed it in as const. What if I didn't pass it in as const? I'm sure that's not the right way to do it. Okay. Or if I make, will it allow me to assign it if I make it const? Let's try that instead. I always get confused on the const correctness stuff. Okay, that's good enough for me if that works. But this one, okay, that works too. And this one we are returning a. Okay, so we have our font set and we have an initial color, which is just white. And we can set the color later, but I'm just making an initial color. I think that's what they do too. And now I can just call this function, right? So my this is gonna, yeah, this is gonna bite me every time, huh? Okay, forget that. Again, I'm terrible with const correctness. I try, but like I'm just not good at it. Okay, back working again in a working state. So this function up here is my set string, my set text string. Oops. My text set string. And the first thing we do is take in the text object and then the string, which is str. Return null. If this fails, we need to free. Okay, so if this fails, I'm going to free the I'm going to free this, which means I need to define how to free it. Well, actually, this is a pointer I'm holding, so I can just free it. I'll put the better way later. Okay. My text set string. Set text string. Okay, so that means we also need something that destroys the thing. What does it look like over here? It is just destroy text, TTF destroy text. So I'm going to put that up here as well. Call it void my destroy text. So let's see if where's the other one? That's the only thing that's actually allocated, right? Nothing else really matters except for the text itself. Okay. So that's the only really thing that changes is the image itself that's held in there, because the font is just a pointer that's not being held internally. I mean, it's being held internally, but it's being freed externally. So this still is valid because we haven't set. I'm going to call the function that text, just even though it's not really doing anything, but maybe in the future it does something different. So this is where we allocate. Anything after this, we have to clean up. Okay, so now we have this creating the text. This up here is doing the heavy lifting for that. That should work, hopefully. And this is destroying it. This one is setting the color. So I don't think I can just do it like this. I don't think that's going to fly. Yeah. I guess you can do like mem copies as well. But you can just do this, I guess. Just do it the long way. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. Good enough. It's not elegant, but it will work. So that will set a color. Now the question is when we set the color, do we need to regenerate the. I don't know if you need to regenerate the font on the original SDL version or not. We're just going to leave that for now. We might have to come back to that. I want to get to rendering it. So this thing has a render an internal render. So we can just say Wait, I need to wrap this one too. If text, should we give error messages? Sure. Where's the do we have an error message already for text? No, we don't. Okay. It's not where it was supposed to go. The thing is should it error silently or should it, this isn't going to error. It's just doing the thing. Since it's a void, should I error it or should I just not? I'm just going to return. So error input text is null. Yeah, good. And I'll do it on the color as well. I have no idea what like SDL does. Yeah. On this one, I'm not going to make any errors whatsoever. Just let it draw the thing. I just don't like it when it's like passing in pointers. So this one, it only draws if the pointer's passed in. The other one, you might be wondering why the color didn't change or something. So this one is going to be my render texture. So we have the text image. Let's see, we need the render as well. Okay, the render and a rect. So we're just going to create the rect because the input of this needs to have two floats. If we're recreating it the way they did it, they didn't do a rect thing. They did an X and a Y float. So we could say float X, float Y, SDL F rect. And so we already have the width and the height, but we have the X, the Y, and then we have text image dot width, text image dot height. These are okay. So I've changed the from the header because I put in the two floats. Okay. So we need the render. And the address to a rect. Okay, this should be everything. This should be able to handle Hopefully, I mean, that's a lot of stuff I wrote. So if I go into main H and I just add it, actually, if I just add the text one, it's going to bring in the render with it. Is it not? Oh, TTF. So if I'm in score, whoops, I can make score now look more like the SDL3 version of see, of this score, where it's got more boilerplate in the beginning, although we don't need this, we just need these. And I don't even need this because I don't think I needed it here either because I think it defaults to white. Oh, this can fail? I don't care. It doesn't seem important enough to matter. I'm already kind of giving you a message, but it does nothing. If you didn't give it a color, maybe it's regenerating the text. It gives the colors separately. I hate. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it. Maybe they're regenerating the text. I'm just going to do it to actually set the text color. So we only really need this one here, something like this. So on the header, I'm going to add this object. I'm going to take away the render, the image, the font, color, the rect. Yeah, all of these. We do need to hold on to the font because the font's weird. All right. Hold on a second. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to finish this up, but I'm going to finish this part up real quick. So we don't need these right here. We still need the font. And what I'm going to put this into the header right here. We don't need these because I'm going to move that information. So going to yank this right here. This is an actual SDL3 function, but I'm just going to modify it. Oh, I can't copy because I don't have the clipboard. Anyway, what's the name of it? Okay. So let's do this. Is it create text? And we need a font and we need a, oh, wait. Where are we getting the render from? We need to pass in the render. So hold on. So yeah, there is an issue with this. So we have a render, yeah, but we're never setting it. I don't think we need it a lot of places, just when we're rendering. Okay, so we only need it one place. Okay, so I'm going to do it on the create text right here. It's going to be a my render. And I'm just going to link it up. Okay, so I'll probably do the same thing then here for the render. And it's complaining because I need to change the definition in the header. Not here. The definition is in here. My create text. Okay, so that's fine again. Okay, cool. So I think that's the only thing that needs to be done there. And the renderer is not being held internally. It's a copy of the pointer, so we're not cleaning anything up with that either. So I'm just passing the renderer in and the font. But the font is an S font. And the initial text, which would just be what this is the score. So what's the score normally look like? Like that. So I'm just going to make an initial score. The other thing is I could do this, call this reset on it, but I'm just going to do it this way. I think this is the way I did it over here. Not messages, but score. Yeah, the same thing. I did that same thing here. So, oh, forgot. I keep forgetting I can't copy until I install the package, but I'm too lazy to. Right? Okay, so we don't need this reset because it's already set to, right? And we don't need to store this render anymore. All right, so on this free, we do need to free the font. We don't need to free the image, but we need to free the text. And it's my destroy text. Really? What did I call it? Did I not export the... We got my string, set string. There we go. And probably this set string should be above it because we'll use this. There. Set color and sure. So back into score. Still complaining. I destroyed text. Oh, I'm spelling it wrong. Did I do it wrong in the C file as well? Okay. Okay, and the render is like not even there anymore. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's just these. Okay. So now we don't need to do all this stuff right here. We don't need to do this. We do need to create the string, but we don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. So it's my set string or something like that. And we call this string score string. And that's if this fails. Okay, so that is now simplified down. And these are the same. And down here, we don't need this anymore. We don't need a rect. We need the X and the Y. We don't need the render. We don't need we just need the text. And what did I call it here on? Yeah, I did this. So I'm just going to do this here. The font. Oh, I already have score. Okay, so it's already here. So I can just use it. Score X. Score Y. And there's no rect here. There's a this doesn't even, it's not here. It's just this. This should be in main, which I think it already is. Okay, I'm just going to go into game and make sure there's no errors in there. Doesn't look like it. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, this is the misspelling. And this is in 68. Okay, but I have nothing. Whoa, okay. That didn't work at all. At 56, it just freaked out, yeah. Probably doing something very wrong. Okay, so my TTF 56. It never displayed anything to begin with either. So the way we set the string is we take the object. We have the string here. Wait, what's going on here? Yeah, we have a string in here. Oh, thanks, man. Okay, so obviously something's going on here, so I'm just going to chuck a print statement in here somewhere. Like this should be this right here. Are we creating this? We are creating this on the. I got the font. Oh, hold on. This isn't right. This isn't right. This is returning. Text. Okay, so if any errors happened in here, we've probably already. Well, I'll just put one anyway. Just like this. I'll just take this guy right here. Something similar to this. But I don't need the SDL get error. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. I'm assuming I've already done it internally wherever the error occurred. If it's an SDL function. Yeah, I don't think I need this. I'm just going to leave this off. So text. Because I've already created all the errors along the way, all the error messages along the way. So something internally has errored. Oh, we got a score now. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh, it's working. And again, I'm scaling this up 1.5 times and it's linear. So that's why it's going, that's why it looks a little blurry because it's scaled. So it looks bigger. Oh, did I put in full screen mode in this? I did not. Oh, okay. Wait, I haven't implemented full screen. I don't know how to do that. I'm not going to do that then. Let's see how much FPS this thing gets. I don't know how to do that yet. I know how to do it in SDL, but not in OpenGL. Okay, so that basically replaced my score. I could probably do the same thing with the. Yeah, I only have a score here, so I'm still using TTF, but only as far as not the GPL OpenGPL part, only as far as the CPU part. where you create a surface that's all CPU stuff, and when it goes over to the other side, that's OpenGL. Okay, so let's see what kind of FPS we can get out of this. So I've turned off the VSync so I can go beyond, the FPS can go beyond the what the display can show me. And so where's my FPS? Right now my FPS is set 60. Let's put it at a weird number, like 57, yeah? Just so we can see that it's doing something. And I'm gonna do a release run. Clean release run. Whoops, what did I did? Right there. Okay, I'm gonna move this up. I pressed F and we can see down here we're getting 57 FPS. Okay. And we can bring it down to like 5. And it's very jerky, right? But it's moving the right speed now, but I should be getting around 5 FPS. So we have to move this up. And yeah, we're getting 5. Okay. So I know it'll go to 6,000. I don't know what's the highest. Let's try 20,000. I have no idea. Just trying to move this out of the way. And what you're seeing is you're seeing my capture of 30 FPS, so it probably doesn't look, like what I'm seeing. It looks like a 7,000. I set it to 20,000, but it looks like I'm actually getting around 7,300. And again, my screen only refreshes 120, but this is what the actual renderer is doing. So, and I'm sure my OpenGL code is like not even close to being optimized or anything. And I think, do I have my, let's see what my profile's on. I think it's on quiet, but I'm not sure. Oh, it's on balanced. Let's put it on sleep. Quiet. So my fan doesn't kick on at all. Okay. And doesn't really change much. The balanced and the quiet are very similar. Basically, it holds right below the part where it needs to turn the fan on. I think. Okay. Oh, when I press restart, the music starts again. Do I have... I don't have muted music set up on this. I manually muted it, but it restarts when I play again. Toggle music, yeah, that is in setup. Anyway, before I go, let me just show you asteroids. So I have asteroids in SDL2 and SDL3. SDL2 version is doing the SDL2 version type stuff, and the SDL3 version is doing SDL3 version type stuff. So it's using the floats, and it's using the... Well, it's funny because the SDL2 version, I'm using doubles to track movement because the recs have ints in them. So I use a double to track the actual movement and spin it down to an int every time it needs to draw. But since SDL3 uses floats, I just use the floats. So that means when I'm doing the timing, the FPS timing, I'm using doubles in SDL2, but I'm using floats in SDL3. It doesn't seem to affect anything, actually, though. I don't notice any difference at all. And again, you're probably seeing a much slower version watching this video because I am probably not capturing it correctly. Anyway, so SDL, this is the SDL3 version. And let's try, now this is not OpenGL, this is probably using Vulkan or OpenGL or whatever SDL3 chooses as the backend. So let's just try this 20,000 as well, because this is SDL, code, not my implementation of OpenGL. Okay, let's see, FPS. It's about the same. And let's see if I can mute the music. So whatever way you've thrusted, you keep moving that direction. When the asteroid hits, they shrink. They come back on the screen. You know, the screen wraps, and then you go to the next. And the score, you get less score with each shot. And I'll probably change some bits. But when you shoot 100 points, you no longer get any more score when you break things. It's like you get like a whatever the bullet score is times the level score, I think. But the bullet score starts at like 100 and goes down to 0. So when you shoot 100 bullets, you no longer get a score. And this can full screen, or well, so it's supposed to be able to full. Oh, F11. There we go. And I wonder if it full screens in the video. I don't know. Did it? Video's delayed. Yeah, it's full screen. Okay. And this is meant to look pixelated, so like the background is everything's meant to look pixelated here. This is just meant to be a simple demo game. It doesn't have any enemy ships or anything like that. It's just asteroids, you know, like to show off asteroids. We see we have another glitch down here, a graphical glitch happening. And I think I have the music muted. I'll turn the music on for a second. You get the idea. It just keeps going and going and forever. It's not like a full-blown game. It's just this. Every time you go to a level, you get a ship up here. You know, it's a life. So if I hit one of these right here, I just lost a life, and I get like an immunity for like 3 seconds or something like that. 3 or 5 seconds. I think it's 3. So if I hit it again, there we go. And I keep losing the ships up there in the corner. I'll sit here and play this game for like 20 minutes just forgetting that I'm playing because I'm just focused on sniping the asteroids from far away or something. So it's strangely addictive for being the most basic game ever. And at each level, you get more asteroids. So it's one more, you know, like... And this one has to use the math, the sine and the cosine to, like, figure out. The asteroids also split on the perpendicular of where they're shot at. But there's a couple little parts that I kind of want to edit, but... It's good enough for just to show somebody how to make a game like this where your ship is rotating and you got thrust, you know, thrust in whatever direction. It has a thruster sound, you know. This is using circles for collision as well. Instead of a square, it's using a circle because the asteroids are kind of circular. And it's not perfect either, but it's pretty close. So it uses the hypotenuse to check the distance. And the asteroids are actually a linked list. The bullets themselves, you can only have 5 bullets at a time. If I hold it down, 5 only come out until they die or whatever. They have a time to live. And I am using SDL's pushing the events onto the queue for different things, for the menus or not menus, for the screens. That uses an SDL callback event, and also when you are immune, it uses a kind of an SDL callback as well. But I think you can just do it with a simple counter as well. So, but these are on GitHub right now, so like anybody can grab them and they compile and they work. They should work just fine. There's a SDL2 and a 3 version. They work exactly the same. They have all the same functions and features, but they're implemented the correct way for the SDL2 or 3. But you don't notice any difference when you play it. Oh, I see. I getting a little bit less FPS now because I have maybe more asteroids, or maybe it was because it was full screen. I'm not sure. I think the asteroids can go faster too as the level goes up. I can't remember. There's going to be a couple little tweaks I make, but it's pretty much done. I spend way too much time playing this. That's enough. Anyway, there isn't even that much to it. It's just like, I don't know. It's like mindless. But yeah, that's the SDL2. Let me fix this again so I haven't changed the FPS. So there is a SDL2 version as well. And it's just using the SDL2 style instead. So these will all be the other version, not the... Oh, these are shots. Sorry, this isn't the score, it's the shot. Anyway.